So you want to start working out or maybe even pick up where you left off. Today I'm going to give you 5 tips you can use to reduce your frustration, maximize your time in the gym, and increase your results. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Dark Horse. My name is Brandon. There are probably few things more frustrating than working really hard and not seeing any results. The 5 tips I'm about to give you are going to work in terms of changing your physique or in terms of getting your nutrition in check. They're going to apply to both. Okay, so the first tip is going to be to track your progress. You should be tracking your reps, your sets, how much weight you use, and your rest intervals. If nutrition is kind of a battle for you, you should also be tracking your macros and calories. If you're someone who's trying to lose weight, you should be tracking your weight, right? That's the only way you're going to definitively know. Also, tracking your progress can give you valuable feedback. If your training program is not working for you, you need to know that, right? It's not, tracking your progress isn't just good for what works. It's also very valuable feedback for you in terms of what does not work for you. Okay, so tip number 2 is going to be, please be patient. Listen, I get it. We live in an instantly gratifying world. Our entire culture is constructed around that. You can order things right now and have them delivered later today. But I'm telling you, in order to build strong, healthy, sustainable habits, which I hope is the ultimate goal here, in order to do that, you're going to need to be patient. You're going to need to take your time, and you're going to need to not compare yourself to other people. A lot of people on social media post a lot of things that are so drastically overblown and aren't even close to accurate. All right, just because someone lost X amount of pounds in X amount of weeks doesn't mean if you don't do that, then you're a failure. Just because this guy added 20 pounds to his bench press in 3 months doesn't mean if you don't do that, then you're not training hard enough. Okay, be patient. Everyone is different. As long as you are making progress, which kind of ties into point number 1 about tracking your progress, right? As long as you are gaining ground on your goal, take the win. Okay, so tip number 3 is going to be stay focused on one singular goal. Really drill down and find out what it is specifically you want to achieve. And stay the course. Get narrow focus, laser focus on that, and do not stop until you get it. But please, please, please minimize your distractions, okay? A lot of people want different things week to week and month to month. This week you want to lose weight. Next week you want to get as big as possible, build as much muscle mass as possible. The week after that you want to build as much strength as possible. The week after that you're back to trying to lose a little bit more weight. You end up trying to do a whole lot of things effectively, and you end up being really great at absolutely nothing. Pick one singular goal, stay the course, and do not stop until you get it. Okay, so the 4th tip is going to be make sure you focus on the very basics and the fundamentals. Listen, if whatever reason, if you're tight on time or you're just someone who has an extremely busy lifestyle and you just don't have very much time to work out, whenever you do go and work out, you've got to maximize your time. You've got to get the most bang for your buck. The way to do that is through a proper warm-up and compound movements. Always prioritize compound movements. If you don't know if what you're doing is a compound movement or not, drop me a comment below. I'll be glad to have a conversation with you and I'll let you know. Or you can send me an email. I'll link my email at the end of the video. I'm not going to spam you or blow you up with a whole bunch of salesy stuff, but if you ask a question, I'll give you an answer. It really is that basic and simple. But whatever you do, do not ever skip compound movements. If you are in a position where you've got to cut something out of your workout or you just don't have time to do something, then make sure you cut isolation movements. Listen guys, it doesn't really matter how many bicep curls I do because that's not going to help my deadlift increase, right? It doesn't really matter how many calf raises I do because that's not going to help my squat go up. Compound movements provide the most bang for your buck in terms of strength, in terms of calorie burn if you're trying to lose weight. Also, I would argue that bodybuilders could even benefit from doing a few more compound movements than maybe they're currently doing. Again, just because of the cumulative muscle fatigue that is able to be attained through compound movements. So if you have to skip something in your workout, do not skip the warm-up, do not skip compound movements. Okay, so last point number 5 is going to be to avoid extremes. And that is true in terms of your nutrition. That is also true in terms of your training. Listen, if you're trying to get bigger, you don't need to go into 1,000 calorie per day surplus. You just don't. If you're trying to lose weight, same thing. Don't go into 1,000 calorie per day deficit. That is not necessary. If you're trying to get bigger, do not gorge yourself at every meal. Don't eat a ton of fast food, right? Eat big, get big type of thing. That's not necessarily true, man. Also, if you're trying to lose a bunch of weight, do not starve yourself and then all day until like 6 p.m. and then you drink a shake, right? That is horrible. These types of behaviors create awful, terrible relationships with food. People look at food as being bad. People look at food, they demonize it. It's just an ugly thing. Not to even mention the long-term adherence. I'm not even going to get on that. That's virtually non-existent in extreme dieting. So just avoid that at all costs. Make small, manageable, sustainable changes. Again, reverting back to point number 2, be patient, build those strong habits. In terms of your training, listen, social media is extremely powerful. I get it. It makes for great memes and hashtags and all, hashtag no days off, hashtag get after it. I understand all of that, but listen guys, at some point, if you're training as hard as you possibly can, you're not going to be able to do that every day. You're just not. If you're 18 or 20 years old, you can get away with it a little bit longer than someone like me. But at some point, you're not going to have to worry about making the decision to stop because your body's going to escort you to that door. Trust me, I've been there. So understand what you need. When you're in the gym, you need to train as hard as you can. When you're out of the gym, you need to recover as best you can as well. So avoid extremes on either end of nutrition as well as training. So there you go guys, 5 tips that I hope you will put to use. If you have any questions about anything in the video, make sure you leave it down in the comment section below. As always, you can always hit me up on my website. I'll link that in the description box. If you found value in the video, make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll do my best to keep these videos coming. Let me know what else you want to see here. I'll make it happen. Until next time, be a dark horse.